and it's another fun night to do a little bit of drawing and chat with you all as we just enjoy ourselves for a little while at least. With that said, let's go live. What is up, everybody? It's me, Johnny G. Welcome back to the channel and to the stream. As always, I appreciate each and every one of you for taking the time out of your day to hang out here while we're live. And for those of you watching on the VOD afterwards, you are awesome as well. Hope everybody's having a great Tuesday. It is a fun one for me here, and I'm excited because we're going to draw, we're going to have fun, because today is none other than Lapland's birthday for Arknights, and if you're familiar, it is also from Limbus Company Sinclair's birthday, which is also fun. And yesterday, we had a little bit of an awesome occurrence. The very first voice acting project that I was cast in, the Fandub of Library of Ruina, specifically the urban myth and urban legend portions of the game, was released. So we're going to react to that a little bit tonight. And just the clips that I'm in to avoid any kind of spoilers. So we're going to have a little bit of spoilers, but since I haven't played the game, our friend Musy has gone through and picked out the timestamps for us to avoid anything that I'm not in. So we'll do the spoilers that I'm part of when we get there, but that's about it. Speaking of, what's up, everybody? Musy, Lucky, Ruina background music. Yes, I used the lobby theme as the intro for tonight. The intro, outro, and BRB music for tonight. Thought it was Persona. It does kind of sound like Persona, a little bit like Persona, but very similar sound, but just has that relaxing tone, you know? So how is it in Winter Wonderland? Ugh. Well, there's nothing going on right now. We had a little bit of snow flurries this evening, but nothing that's really staying or like sticking, you know, it's melting pretty good. And this morning when I woke up, the car was dusted, but nothing too bad. So thankfully, nothing too crazy. Sinclair, how's the weather in Florida there? And Texas, while we're at it, how is the weather all over the place where you guys are compared to what I've got to deal with? OMG. Well, you guys are answering. Like I said, we'll react to the Fandub clips here, and we'll do that first, and then we're gonna chill and draw for a little bit, chat with you all. I'll put on some Arknights music like last time. We'll try to finish up our little mugshot, headshot of Sentinel, and then we will get on to working on a Lapland work in progress that I worked on. Actually, I drew a little bit earlier today. I started doing, so that was fun. But we'll continue working on that a little bit. It's probably not going to be done, as well as I filmed a short video that I teased in Discord, and it's not done, unfortunately, just because I found an issue. And I've noticed it in a couple of my videos that I've uploaded that I filmed on an iPhone. And apparently when you film with that, it does like a variable bitrate or something. So it's really weird. And that video, when you try to import it into the software that I use for editing, it plays normally on your like video players. Like I use VLC to play my videos on the computer. It plays perfectly fine, no problems. But for whatever dumb reason, it won't play right or edit right in the software, because the software wants to do a constant bit rate, and it comes up, there'll be like black flickering moments in the video, and it'll render it that way as well. So I found out that if you convert it first through a different tool and then try to edit with it, it'll come up better. So we're going to try that, and we're going to see if that works. And if so, I should release it tomorrow, but it'll be a day late for Lapland's birthday. Technically 2, because we started celebrating yesterday, when it was already November 11th in China and Japan. So it's already the 16th at this point over there, but is what it is. Or not the 16th. What am I talking about? The 12th. The 12th. I'm a dummy. The 16th. Wow. Where are my numbers coming from, chat? Cold. I love snow, but it's trouble for the road. It's windy and cold, but it's going to warm up again. Oh, it is trouble for the road for sure, but you guys don't want to drive up here, especially in the middle of winter when we get like upwards of a foot or so of snow and we've got to drive through it, or The plows managed to barely plow most of it, but we still have ice and crap all over the road. And then it's like, yay, fun. But getting the cold winds from my neighbors up north. Oh boy. Oh boy. That's not fun. I'm okay with some cold wind and stuff. And, you know, I just don't want any garbage from like what we had a couple years ago that blew up my radiators here. So froze my house and killed our power. Yay. Fun. Anyways. So, what else do I want to tell you all about before we get started? There was something that I thought of, and I can't quite remember. Okay. There was something I was thinking of, and I don't remember what it is. Oh, that's it. Today is the last day to vote for the Arknights video creation event, so make sure to get your last votes in. There are a lot of awesome creators, myself included, involved, and we are nearing the end of time. I think there's about 3 more hours, and then it's completely done for this particular round. So I haven't looked at it since early this morning when I put my last votes in. Like I said, our Arknights channel friend Rosabels is in it as well, and she was doing pretty well. Her and I were pretty close together in terms of where we were in positioning, and I made sure to vote for her. But there's some cool small creators and some new names and stuff in this that I haven't seen before, so it's nice to see. But I think it kind of backfired that they split things up into categories because people weren't... I don't think a lot of people were clicking on the tabs to go into both things, you know, both the fan creations and more. So it is what it is, but... let's see, 4, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. I'm about 20th right now. So I'm still in the top 30. Pretty fun. So we got a little while, but to be honest, chat, like it's one of those things where normally I would look a little bit more into it, be a little more excited about it. But with everything that's happened lately, between finally crossing 500 subscribers, getting YouTube partner, now applying for the Arknights headhunting program, the content creation program, as well as the new roles I've been cast in and stuff like that. Like there's been a lot over this past weekend, and those things right now have kind of overshadowed this video creation event for me, unfortunately. Not in a bad way, but just, it's kind of crazy to think about. So when I mean neighbors, I mean from Georgia. Oh my, Georgia. There was a point in time where I was going to go there for something. I can't remember what it was. My family was talking about going there for something. I just don't remember what it is. But all right, so let me pull up the Discord just so that I can keep an eye on where the timestamps are. Okay, the very beginning, first few minutes or so. And then about 51:32. Okay, so we've got maybe like 7-8 minutes plus, so in around like 10 minutes worth of stuff that we'll watch here to kick things off. So let me get switched over to make sure that I have the right display capture thing going. There we go. All right. So, all I got to say is this is going to be crazy to actually hear my own voice. I have a feeling I'm going to get a little emotional. So, just don't be alarmed. But here we go. Whoop. Hold on. I don't have audio for some reason. There it goes. My headphones shut off, my headset. Okay. Urban myth. I love the layouts. This stuff is cool.
Any more reports on the distortion from the Hana Association or Zwei Section 1?
None, sir. They're all observing the situation for now. They did nominate a number of likely suspects, however. So far, we have 2 urban plagues, Laundry of Dreams and Yesterday's Promise, and 1 urban legend, the Church of Gears.
The investigation hasn't been going too well, is it?
Oh, and the library, a recently appointed urban myth, is also on the list of possible sources.
So even the higher-ups are clueless, aren't they? Seeing as they're throwing out random guesses now.
I'm starting to get used to sorting out books now.
Wow. Okay. There. I hope that's a little better. Oh my. That was... That's so weird hearing my voice. Alright, we gotta skip ahead. Okay.
Yes, sir. I'm afraid San and Julia couldn't make it back, requesting additional support.
Isadora, what do you think the purpose of the library is?
From the information we've gathered so far, it's the accumulation of knowledge.
Accumulation of knowledge, you say?
The library simply offers a deal. It has no influence on the outside world. It only rewards or punishes those who have entered. The winner can get the books they want, and the loser becomes a book that the library wants.
Any linkage to the distortion phenomenon?
That is unclear,
Whoever
sir.
did her part is really good.
But my instinct suggests that it has to be related to the phenomenon somehow.
And why is that?
The invitation to the library, its books, and the beings called librarians that reside there. All elements of the library are similar to what we've seen of the distortion. A common feature is that it's impossible to observe them for an analysis of their constituents or components. We cannot carry out a comparative analysis because of this, but this inability to observe itself can be considered a common trait.
It's not like you to make such baseless claims, is it? Section 6 will not needlessly obsess over the library. There is simply too much uncertainty for us to recklessly jump into the case. The Zwei Association gets hundreds of requests every day. A fair number of them are allocated to us at Section 6. I'm sure you understand that your claims are not compelling enough to make us give up all these requests in favor of the library.
I am aware, sir.
And yet here you are requesting additional manpower for investigating the library. Are you sure you aren't simply using the alleged linkage to the distortion as an excuse to get your revenge on the library or retrieve the books of your colleagues?
Ugh.
Even as we speak, syndicates like the Carnival are chewing up people's guts out in the open, and the likes of the musicians of Bremen are making modern art pieces out of innocent citizens. And there are yet more insane individuals looming over the city, no? And our duty is to protect our clients from such shade in the city, is it not?
You're right, sir.
Remember the slogan of our association?
Your shield, sir.
Exactly. Our role is to be a trusty shield for our client. So don't put down that shield without good reason. Got it? You may leave now.
Will do.
Isadora,
Yes?
did you happen to put this invitation in my drawer?
No, sir. I haven't received any new invitations yet.
What is the current risk level of the library?
It's currently resting at the Urban Legend class, but it has been slowly rising with every new report.
Now I see. The Book of Distortion, is it? They've been using irresistible bait like this to attract their victims, haven't they?
Oh,
Things
man.
went rather smoothly thanks to your book. It's not something we can get from any of the guests we
Oh, there's not too much more that I'm
On a
in.
whole nother level from what we've collected so far.
Oh man, it's so
It's
surreal.
been quite a while since I worked in the field. You haven't had any field work in a while too, no?
You're right, sir.
If we can get this case resolved, we can finally get out of Section 6. It's nice to be finally collecting information about the distortion directly from the source, instead of having to get my hands dirty engaging with those lowly syndicates. Neither of us should rot in Section 6 for the rest of our lives. Wouldn't you agree?
Yes.
We can have revenge for your colleagues, get a lead on the distortion phenomenon, and aim for a higher position.
You can
all at
watch
the
this,
same
you need the
time.
context.
How fascinating is that?
I don't know if I
Everything
can
seems
handle
to
the
fall into
context
place
right now.
too conveniently.
Greetings, dear guest. I am the...
You must be Angela, director and librarian of your role's namesake, right?
Indeed. It's just as you said.
I've seen reports about you, but is it true that you are a machine, not a human? My. Staying quiet won't hide it, girl. A machine must behave as a machine. You've made quite a huge deal out of your little library. It's rather troublesome to have a non-human like you cause a fuss this big, you know?
Sir, I don't think we should provoke her any further.
Remember the takes I
May
did of
you
that.
find your book in this place.
Ugh. I remember the various takes I did of that.
We're nothing like the ones that came here before us. It won't be as easy.
They don't really look tough, but they did annihilate the previous group.
I will never back down!
If there's no opportunity to strike, we'll simply make one.
I don't want to die! I want to run away!
We have a man down. We need assistance.
What a waste of time. You shouldn't have been a hindrance. This is how you do it. Take out your opponents one by one.
Kill!
Think of this as the rightful retribution for all the killing you've done.
It was something we should have expected to occur.
Damn it! I'm still not done with my revenge.
How unfortunate. But someone's got to live. I was certain that I would succeed.
We'll quickly clean up the mess and head back.
And I am dead. Wow. That was certainly something. So there's a lot more to the video, and I do have it in excuse me, in the description if you all would like to watch it. You know, the link is there. But that's so surreal. It's a difference between hearing my voice when I'm like going in and either doing my noise removal or just clipping things like out the bad takes and stuff like that, and then actually hearing it in a finished product. Hearing like the lines back and forth with other characters, that's so cool. That's so weird. Excuse me. But yeah, so that was the first thing I was ever cast in, Fandub, and that was fun. It's so interesting, and it felt good with my ties to Limbus Company, obviously on the channel, but now I want to play this. I want to play Lobotomy Corporation. I'd like to get to those games and enjoy those and play those here for you guys too. So we'll get to experience everything, but I have not heard everything, of course, because I don't want to spoil everything from the game. But the few clips that I had heard in the lead up to this, the performances are amazing. The people that were involved in this nailed their characters. Again, whoever did Isadora is so like perfect for her part. Listening to the Korean counterpart and then her, it's just so good. She's very good, and it felt so cool to actually hear that back and forth with me and her there. So yeah, I'm excited to do more. And so I definitely got to say a special thank you to Steel Synth or Cynthia for directing this, for bringing it together, for giving me a chance to do this. But they are working on the next part, so I'm going to be auditioning for that soon. But I've got some other roles and things that I need to get recorded and stuff that thankfully I don't have deadlines or anything on right now, but I've got some stuff upcoming. And I actually got a call back today. Those of you in my Discord would have seen that already, but I'm not going to say anything more than that, other than I got a call back for like a part 2 for auditioning for something that I was shortlisted for. So 2 roles, and I'm anxious to do the second recording for that. So probably tomorrow night for that, just so I can get that in. I won't be getting that done, obviously, tonight. I've got to get done with this stream, and then I've got to do my Arknights daily logins and get some sleep. So how is this not on mobile? It's the same engine. I don't know, but I've heard a lot of people complain that it was really like weirdly bloated, and the way that the code is set up is just so bad in this game for mobile, for optimization for that. Like PC, it runs great, obviously. And I've heard that there's some bugs and things even in like the console versions. Like I thought about picking up the Nintendo Switch version of the game, but I guess it's full of a couple bugs and things that kind of break the game. So I think that's part of it. It's crazy. Ruina is a really good game. I would love to play it, but we'll get there soon. I've got to go back. I have a list of all the games that I've started here on the channel and things that I need to continue. So, you know, of course, we're going to have some weird downtime and stuff potentially with Arknights coming up soon that I'd like to get through, like the Tragodia event that's coming up and some other things. But there are some stuff like I want to continue with the Ace Attorney trilogy, pick back up with that. I need to jump way back and finish Tears of the Kingdom and a couple of indie games that I started and tried. I got a key in my DMs on Twitter 2 days ago, I believe, for something that my wife and I are going to be playing, and a couple other cool things that we'll be trying here soon, but we'll see how it goes. But I've got to pick up where I left off with some of these other games and just start knocking them off. I need to as well. I would absolutely watch. I would love it if you would. Spaghetti game. I think it's fine on PC. Only had a couple of bugs. That's what I've heard. I've heard it's pretty good on PC as far as like bugs and things like that. So, you know, but there was some weird stuff with the Switch version, and I don't know. I'd like to try and get the physical copy of the Switch version. But anyways, let me get some music on here, and then we'll start drawing. Monster Siren Records. Oops, excuse me. Ooh. Hello. We have a new EP. Oh man, I'm gonna have to update my Streamlabs, man. I've still got some old stuff there. Don't forget to subscribe. Help us reach our goal of 500. Well, we reached it. We reached it. We crushed it, chat. Over the weekend. Oh, man. Ooh, this one will be a good one maybe for later. And then maybe this one. Okay. Okay. All right. How long does optimization usually work? I mean, optimization is something that they need to do before they release the game. So it's not that it's something that like it temporarily works or whatever. It's like matching the code of the game to the code of whatever console and stuff that they're using. So whatever console that they're trying to port it to, most of them run on obviously different operating systems, different hardware and stuff like that. So a lot of companies, that's why they get the developer kits. And pause. They get the developer kits and stuff like that so that they can work on porting the game or work with a publisher to port the game, and they'll go back and forth with the hardware and the understanding of what it is to match the code and things like that. So it's weird. They optimize it so that it runs on the console, and then, you know, obviously if it's like a live service game that gets updates periodically, then they've got to make sure that the code and stuff doesn't break when they do updates. So it's like they'll end up with the source code for the game, which usually is PC period, and then they'll have a source code for like each different console, because it'll all have a base code that like programs the hardware into the game as well. So it's weird. And a lot of times when they have these ports, if they don't optimize it properly, that's when your games run like crap on a certain console. Like, one of the worst examples that I could tell you is years ago, original Nintendo Switch. I think it was WWE SmackDown versus Raw, or not SmackDown versus Raw. WWE 2K18 was ported to the Switch, and that game ran like absolute dog shit, no matter if it was in handheld or on TV. You put it on the TV mode where it would run a little bit better, but it still had such a slow lag. It felt like you were playing the game that should have been running perfectly smoothly in like slow motion. The characters would take forever to do anything. And even after a couple of updates and patches, they still could barely get certain things up to 30 FPS. And then some of like the textures and things in the game were really bad because it was poorly optimized, and whoever handled that port did a god-awful job. And some people speculated the hardware, but there was games that were ported like Doom, the 2016 Doom, a lot more graphics intense than what WWE was, ran perfectly on the Switch. Amazing as like a little portable game. So there's no real hardware excuse. It was poor optimization of a game and the publisher that didn't understand the code. So it's all dependent on the game and things like that. So, all right, let me get over to display capture again. And we're going to switch over to my Studio Paint, and then we'll start this music. I want to hear this new EP before we jump into something else. This is interesting. Okay.
You could sever your own way forward with steel. You could keep your only true north concealed. It's your teeth that leaves your heart scored, unhealed. Then it leaks and leaks until it pours, but your lips stay sealed.
Ooh, that's effect.
A poet to be someone worth quoting, on that you're eroded and show
Like this.
it, rejoice in it. Say it with your chest now, say it no regrets now. Say it with your chest, no saving up your breath now. Don't you let them beckon you to cut your roots. Don't you let them find a way to smudge your truth. You can proudly wear your coat of rust You're radiating for the sun. Make their lips stay sealed. Doesn't take a poet
That vocal effect is so cool. I love it.
to be someone worth quoting. One that you're eroded and show it. Rejoice in it. Come on back in focus. Come and savor your moments. Know that you're beholden to no one. Rejoice in it. Watch them all eclipse. Singing from your bladed lips. Doesn't take a poet to be someone worth quoting. All night you're eroded and show it. Rejoice in it. Come on back in focus. Come and savor your moments. Know that you're beholden to no one. Rejoice in it.
Why doesn't Project Moon learn their mistakes with optimization? Learn from them. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what goes on with their development process, you know? Who knows? It's one of those things where they probably focus on certain things, and, you know, everything else I just couldn't say. That was pretty good. I dig it. Ooh. But yeah, it's tough to say what they do, you know? I love this song. This is a good theme. Path of Life had an amazing soundtrack. That's for sure. Okay. Let's work on this a little bit. Okay. Ooh, erase that. Erase. It's been a day. Fun day for drawing. Ooh, actually, let me check the progress of my... the boss battle. Cool. Got 3 more parts to convert for my Lapland video that'll, like I said, now come out tomorrow, but that's fine. Probably edit it while I'm at work. Kind of reminds me, just the look, a little bit of Loot from Husband Hotel. Can't unsee that. Okay, I gotta fix this part in the middle yet. I see one of them spikies over here. Interestingly enough. Your head up is probably around there. Ish. It's got some bridges. Hard to see what the other side looks like. Probably actually similar when you think about it. So. Okay. Okay. lines in here. Oops. Hello. Aren't you? There you go. All right. Not bad. Okay. Just a little mugshot, but we may have to draw more sometime. That's actually kind of fun. She's got an interesting design to her. Let's save this up. All right. Intriguing. And another one for the warm-ups pile here. It's starting to get pretty full. Yeah. Let's bring it down a little bit. Oof. And deselect. Okay. All right. Done with that soundtrack. Let's go to this one. Perfect timing, too. Because now we can continue with our Lapland. Rosabels, how's it going? What's up? Glad to see you're doing good. You're safe. Hope you're feeling better. Okay. All right, where did I leave off? All right, I did head pause. That's not what I meant, chat. If you heard that, ignore me. All right. I think I was about to move on to some other stuff here. Clothing. The way I smiled immediately when the song started. I know. This soundtrack gets me every time. I tell you what's the greatest feeling ever, going through a packed grocery store, listening to the stage theme and the boss fight theme from this, from Il Circo Sano, especially during the holidays. I am. Thankfully, the mountain ranges in our country dulled down the super typhoon to a regular one. That is wonderful to hear. I'm glad to hear that. Very good. Very good news. Let's see, where do I want to start? Although I can't with the boss fight theme because it sounds like Sugar by Maroon 5. I haven't heard that song, but of course I've heard the boss fight theme. Actually, a little tease, chat, for something upcoming. One of my projects for 500 subscribers was a song cover from Arknights, of course. Not one, but six in one. an all Syracusan melody. So, it's a hefty one, but I did some recording for it already, and I'm excited to finish it and share that with you all. So, yes, another vocal cover, but it is all of the vocal songs from Il Siracusano and I Portatori dei Veluti. So, well, minus the one for what's-her-face, minus the one for Crown Slayer. I didn't do that one, so just the Lupo ones. So it's a fun one. I can't wait to share that with you all. Oh, that's good. The chorus is a dead ringer. This took me a little while to work on, and I'm actually very excited because I had a couple of oops. So like I had a reference, you guys could kind of see it faintly in the background there, that I used for getting the position right, mainly for the hand. I already had the head and everything done, but I was trying to get the hand position, and that was tough. So I found this reference on Pinterest. It was freaking awesome. Perfect, exactly what I was looking for. And then I freehanded the other hand with the goblet here. And then I have references for the face and stuff like that, so I was using that. But definitely, this was fun to work on today. So this was actually kind of an idea that spawned from the video that I filmed earlier. So it's one of those things where, I don't know, it just felt fitting. So, all right, where am I? I need to pick up somewhere and start with this. How about no, give me this. Oops, I went off the rails a little bit. But we're going to bring that in a little bit. I have the heater on in the hallway so it can get warm. Ooh, fun. Fun. I ran our furnace earlier, so it's nice and toasty in here, actually. I have a little heater in this room. This room gets really cold, so that's the unfortunate part of it. But I have a little extra heater in here to help compensate, but I forget heaters are a thing that exist. The tropical girl life. Oh, they definitely exist. Some good, some bad. You never know. Technically, the one I'm running in this room, I was supposed to submit for a recall, but because people were having issues with them, I've never had a single issue with this one. This one runs beautifully, and it's automated. I can connect it to, I have an app on my phone that controls it and stuff. Like, kind of weird. Okay, let's go here. Unlock it. I live in a tropical climate, but it can get cold. Florida climate. It happens. I had a, in college, my first semester of college, I had a geography or something teacher. And during part of the, like, one of the earlier segments in the class, he had broken down different climates and like where on the map they would be, and it wasn't like you're okay, these temps or whatever. We got into that, but it was mostly like A-type, D-type, B-type, you know, the letter-based climates. So when you look up D-type climate, you'll get an explanation of it, and so on and so forth. He broke things down, and I forget what D-type was off the top of my head, but I know it was one that like wasn't a United States climate or something like that. And he basically told us, he's like, this is not hard to learn. I'm gonna give you the basic stuff, but you have to take the notes. I don't want you to end up like a kid I had previously in my class who labeled D-type climate. Where's D-type climate? And he asked us, somebody answered it correctly. And I think it was supposed to be a tropical climate or something. But he's like, he labeled D-type climate in fucking Iowa. His words, fucking Iowa. And this guy had a thick Irish accent. I can't do it, but he had a real thick Irish accent. And it was so hilarious hearing him drop the F-bomb in the middle of class and talk about Iowa. And I'm like, oh my God. Well, all I gotta remember is when we do the map for this test, for this exam, I'm not putting D on Iowa. That's as much as I learned from that class, but you know. Climates are fun. Coldest temp ever was 26 Celsius, which I believe is 79 freedom units. Oh wow. 46 freedom units. I forget who I heard say that not long ago. There's a video I watched for just on Facebook Reels or something, where somebody was like preheating an oven to 350 freedom units. Saturated. Lime insane, hit hard, a broken wall. Ooh. Oh no! I'm drawing on the wrong thing. Damn it. Oh well. There we go. Relock that. Go back to here where we're supposed to be drawing. Growing up, I thought snow was a myth or a fairy tale thing because we only have rain and sun. Aw, man. If I could send you some snow, I would. Just not in storm form because I wouldn't want that on anybody. I wouldn't wish that on anybody. But, you know. I seen a cute video once where somebody experienced snow for the first time. They were like a foreign exchange student somewhere. They came from somewhere and came to the US, and in a similar situation, they never realized that snow was a thing. And it was just cute, their reaction to it. Really, really funny. Ah, instrumental version. Yeah. Why are you lagging so bad? Does warm up a little, I mean a little. OG, my friend, I got to see his reaction to snow for the first time. I bet you that was funny. I bet you that was adorable. I love seeing that kind of stuff because, like, I'm used to it. I've been used to it my whole life living here in Pennsylvania, but, you know, I actually kind of laugh because my boss is actually from Florida. He works out of the Fort Walton Beach area, something like that. And I have a couple coworkers, part of our division's IT team that work in Largo, Florida. And it's interesting how most of them have never dealt with snow, or they've dealt with very little. And we kind of laugh because the one time they closed up their whole place or whatever, their whole building for like a week, and they barely got like 1 to 2 inches of snow or something down there for that period of time. And if nobody knew how to drive or react during that time because it was completely foreign to them. Meanwhile, up here, we get like 1 foot, 2 feet of snow, and we're out there driving like idiots because we're just like, okay, we gotta go to work, time to go. This is a normal occurrence for us in the wintertime, you know? But my boss will come up here to visit, and it's like summertime, and he'll wear a freaking jacket. He will bring a jacket with him for like summer, fall up here, because while it's like anywhere from low 70s up to like 80s or something in around that time on a decent day. Yes, we do get hotter sometimes, but on a decent day like that, he's used to it being hotter. So he's coming up here wearing a jacket and stuff. And it's like, dude, this is not jacket weather. I'm here roasting with a freaking t-shirt on. You know? It's nuts. I just love seeing people's reactions like that. Oop, that's Eraser. Oh, that soundtrack's done. Guess I need another one. Let's find what else we got. What do we want to do? Oh, can't do that one because that's from the anime. Oh, that is a good song too. Man, so many good ones. I want to do a vocal cover of the most recent contingency contract Extinguished Sins. That song is fantastic. Do. Ooh, this one sounds fun. Okay, you northern polar bears. I guess you could say kind of like a polar bear. I'm not a bad one. I'm not going to eat you. I'm not going to claw your face off, but I like the cold weather. Read Alta. Still love the music for this event. This event had one of my all-time favorite, well, it actually is my favorite stage combat theme. Not the boss theme, just the standard stage theme. It is so good. I could listen to it any day. What are we doing here? I'm not seeing no reaction. There we go. Oh boy. One thing here, see if I can get a bigger picture of this wolf emblem. Nice. Oh boy. Let's okay. Just getting the same pictures, so we'll just have to work with what we have, which is fine. We'll deal with it. There we go. She's got the eye thing, comes out from under that. Oh my. What detail are you stuck on? I was just stuck on, like, trying to get a little bit better of a picture of the wolf emblem at, like, the top of her tie there. But, I mean, there's plenty of detail here. It's just I wanted to see if I could get a little more clearer of an image. just because the available images for her are mostly kind of low res right now for the most part. So, but yeah, I'm good enough. I got what I needed. There it is. I gotta fix this a little bit though, because of the way I reposition the shoulders. Okay, so let's zoom in on that. Because work out right. Okay. Look up the Witcher emblem that looks similar to that, and I mean similar. I know what the Witcher emblem looks like. Actually, I have a replica of that emblem somewhere. Came out of a loot crate I got years ago. I don't know where it is, but that would have been actually awesome to use. I think it's the one I have. It's just like a brooch or something, but it is a complete replica of that emblem. So okay. Not worried about the cape, so we're not gonna have that with. There's some detail on her chest there. I can get that a little bit clearer. Look at the. That was in the song, or I just heard something voice-wise out of nowhere, and that was strange. Okay, yeah, it's in the song. Never mind. Alright, so what am I doing here? I've got the other image here. That's what I was gonna do. Hey, where'd I put my pen? My pen rolled all the way over here. So, let me go in here and let's open up the... We're gonna import the other image of Lapland from my stiff. I have a collection of character PNGs for thumbnail research, like thumbnail stuff, and I mean, I don't always use them, but every time I add one, I add it to this folder. So 1024 by 1024, that's not bad. Okay, let's do this one. Okay, so I can go here, and I could actually delete this. I can delete that layer. Yes. All right, now this one. Let me... now I gotta pick another new freaking soundtrack because that one only had 3 songs. Come on, Reed. Come on, Reed. What else we got here? Oh boy. I'm getting tired there, chat. Getting tired. It is 1 o'clock in the morning. I did go live late because I was hoping to get that Lapland video done tonight, but I'm not. I'm going to be a day late. So it looks like a date with Lapland will be tomorrow. But Saltifera. Ooh, that's a good choice. Let me find it. Let me find it. The event may have traumatized me, but I love the music. Oh, the music is fantastic for that one. Saltifera Navies. Very dark story. Very good story, though. Anything with the Seaborn is so well done. I know I've seen it on the left somewhere. Dormant Craving. Snake Mommy, choke me with your tail. Wait, what? Sorry. Whoops. I knew I seen it here. Where are you? There it is. Yes, 6 songs on that one. There it is. This is my first event. Oh, wow. That's a good one to start on. That's for sure. Fun characters and stuff too with that one. Okay. First of all, let's go. We just want this section. Okay, now. How did I do this earlier? Oh, wait. Don't do that. We want to rasterize this layer if it's not already. Okay, rasterize. Oop. No, not that. I wanted to do lead outside. There it is. Okay. Now deselect. Crap. There it is. That's what I want. A little better on the detail, but that's still hard to see like that stuff. Darn. All right, so much for that. Only had Horn and Siege as 6 stars, so I just kept borrowing my fiance's Lapland and Chen Alter. Oh man. Well, I mean, those definitely are good to use, but Lapland and Chen Alter, man, those will definitely get you through some stuff, especially back then. I remember when I got Chen Alter on my original account, man, I went nuts with her. She was my go-to between having her and Exusier as like my main range. And then I think I was still running Praminix at the time. I believe I was running Praminix and then Earth Spirit, because I used Earth Spirit to slow enemies. I was running a slow with Praminix for that kind of like weird debuff kind of thing, and then Lapland, of course, with Texas, and like them kind of as my ground, and then Exusier and Chen Alter to do the heavy damage. It was kind of crazy. And from there, I've evolved into like a heavy range and caster player, so I'm very strange in that regard. Man. Thinking back to my old teams and how bad I was with some things and managing them. Okay. Excuse me. Lobby theme for this one. So good. Okay, she's got something red on her shoulder. I had my villain arc when the event reran. That must have been fun. I didn't have any luck with Chen's Alter event in terms of the banner. See, I didn't get her back then. I got her as... Oh, I forget what banner it was that she was like a part of. It was a newer banner, and I was able to get her off of it. I think I pulled her. I don't think I sparked for her. Maybe I did spark for her. I can't remember for sure. But whatever event it was, she was like a rerun banner type of character. So it was, or not a rerun banner, but it was a newer additional alter type banner, limited banner that she was on. And I got her from, I'd have to look up and see which one it was. I sparked her in Ayaberry. Wonder if that might have been it. Wonder if that might have been it where I got her. At least on my OG account. Because my content account, I think I have her, but I haven't built her yet. I got her randomly in something, but yeah. She's still a good unit in a lot of respects, a lot of regards, especially her ability to blast the enemies and slow them in a way, you know, that kind of stuff definitely helps. But last time I really used her, man, she was getting whomped by some of these newer things. She was getting killed like really quick. Like, no, not my Chen. I still will not get over the fact that my YouTube short, man, oh my god, from when I was trying to pull for Chen and I had to tell the story about how my waifu stole my waifu because of my wife pulling for Chen randomly for the first time. Like, she was just getting in the game, and while I was busting my butt trying to save up pulls and stuff, trying to pull for original Chen, not Chen Alter, original Chen, because I didn't have her. I'm like, I want her because of the anime and because, you know, original character. Couldn't get her. I was getting depressed about it. My wife pulls her and she's like, up. And I'm like, what did you do? And she shows me and I'm like, I don't like you. You stole my other waifu. I'm like, I forget the exact quote I used was something along the lines of like, I drowned myself in ice cream with sprinkles. Because I did. I sat down and I was like all depressed and I was depression eating. I had a big old bowl of ice cream with whipped cream and sprinkles on top because I'm like, this is the only thing that can make me feel better right now because you stole her from me. And then it was like 2 days later that I pulled her. And she was laughing because I admittedly was sitting in the bathroom doing pulls. And out of nowhere in the house, all you hear is me screaming, yes! And it was because I got Chen. You know, anyways. My worst banner was Dagged Breaker. I like Dagged Breaker. Got her in 190 lot. Oh, wow. It hurt. I imagine that she is so worth it. Dagged Breaker is very much worth it. She's a very good unit. She's held up pretty well, too. But I don't think I have any of her, like... I don't think I ever module or anything. I forget how many I got her in. It was, I think, 114 till I got Exu, but I had Lemu in prior to that. OMG. Me when I still couldn't get the new egos from the Arknights Limbus collabs and 200 pulls, still had to shard. Oh, man. I'm so glad that I managed to get those, but I pulled a lot on that one. I saved up what I could and obviously used all the free stuff that they gave me, but I ended up getting a couple packs. I bought a couple packs out of the store because I bought the pack with the Amiya announcer, and I went and got something else. So my neurotic butt has a G sheet for all my pulls. Oh, that's awesome to keep track of them, though. I never thought of doing something like that. Man, I could probably go back and recreate one for all the stuff that I've done with my content account, at least. But I mean, eventually when they'll give us the history thing, we may be able to get a little bit more info out of that. It took me somewhere between 200 and 300 pulls on Colonel Banner to get Exusier, original Exusier, on this account, I believe. I don't know. It was a lot. Original Exu avoided me. Exu Alter came to me pretty quickly. Okay, so we got that. Like this. Man, I never actually thought of doing any kind of a sheet or something. I might have to start one. So that's that. You know what? Let's shorten this a little bit. Not the one I wanted to. My G sheet doubles as a pulls calculator because content life. Got Reed's Altar as a random when I didn't get her during the event. Oh wow. I got her randomly as well. Like I didn't get her during the event or anything. So I forget when I picked her up. She just popped out of nowhere. And then instantly became like my main healer at the time. Until I got Shu, you know, and then Shu became my main healer and Shu's irreplaceable in my squad. Now. Okay. She's got that kind of red whatever going on over here. Ah, no. No, erase. Dummy. That's that gives me chest range roughly where this is bending. So, which means I don't want to do that. Okay, so we're gonna go here. Here we go. That kind of covers that. So now we can erase some. That. Okay. I love this song. So eerie. Okay, so that gives me that. Alright. Oh my. I don't know. I'm gonna have to look it up when I do my dailies tonight, but I don't think I have a ton of pulls towards Tragodia. I can't remember if he's limited or standard. If he's standard, I'm not gonna be too crazy for it, but look that up. Tragodia. Standard headhunting. Okay. Well, he's an altar. What else is listing him as standard? Yeah, standard. Okay, awesome. Then that means I don't have to go too ham for him, but still would be really awesome to have. But I think I'm probably gonna focus a little more on saving up for Hoshiguma altar. I need Hoshiguma. I will say that the very first time I ever did a character AI chat with Hoshiguma, it was hilarious because all she wanted to do was cuddle. She just wanted to, she just wanted to do nothing but sleep and cuddle. I'm like, that is hilarious. That is adorable. I can totally see that for her character. I just feel like that would match her perfectly. Just shyly asking for that when she's just this big badass on the field with her big shield, wrecking people, and then can we, you know, just rest and cuddle? And that's it, please. Hunter's song.
Left a home that miles behind. The hunter she walks on the seacoast way with a past before her crash, and the driftwood floats evermore. It's the salt on my skin, leaving their mark where the walls once stood. Oh, it's more than a dream. It's a play the tide's attending. Oh, our world comes apart at the seams. From the chaos, scared and afraid, I will wander. I will remain strong, but it sets with the sun.
See, this is a basic
Oh, listen,
thing.
chasing the dawn.
I'll add details to that later. I'm gonna make an L&L of him, so I'm reading Phantom of the Opera and busting out my music theory notes. Ooh, that sounds fun. That actually sounds really cool. That's a cool way to go about things. Darn. I don't think I've ever read the book for Phantom of the Opera. Now that I think of it. Ooh, here's another one. Throw this one in. So I'll have to fix in the details for that. I'm not too worried about too much of the detail on that. Wolf, let's add. Okay. Got that hair going behind the shoulder. It's so different from the musicals. Oh, wow. I doubt my luck with Phantom's Altar. Manifest, exactly. Flight of the Bumblebee. This version is great competition to Maxim's version, though I do love both. It is a very good version of the song. I've heard a couple different ones, but surprisingly, yeah, this one's really good. I will say one of my favorite things, like, I do love a good, concert, being able to see live music. Nothing beats an orchestra. Nothing beats seeing an orchestra to me. And like, it's weird. I never thought I'd say that. And yes, I love seeing like Japanese music and stuff in person and at, conventions and stuff. I love seeing live rock music and things. But the first time I ever saw the Distant Worlds Orchestra play Final Fantasy, that music just blew me away and had me in tears, sitting in the crowd, just like watching the videos and listening to them play, and the singers and stuff that were on stage for some of the songs that actually had vocals and stuff with them. That was some of the best stuff that I've ever heard live, and to this day, I would rather go see an orchestral concert over a rock concert or something like that, just because hearing that and the way that music like that, and sure, I'm not discrediting other types of music, concerts being able to evoke emotion in people, because it's true. People resonate with music for whatever reason, and any kind of music, whether it's the lyrics, whether it's the song, whatever. But hearing an orchestra and letting that evoke emotion for me is just indescribable. And that's why I do adhere to the fact, too, that a good soundtrack can make or break the experience of a movie, a game, or anything like that. So it's kind of crazy. I listen to symphonic metal, so it has a metal group in front and an orchestra in the back. Oh, the only time I haven't really heard a lot of that, but I will say I did love when years ago when Metallica did that. They had the orchestra playing with them. That was incredible. Stuff like that is really cool. I'd love to hear more of that kind of music. So as always, if you have any recommendations, toss them my way. I've been listening to a little baby metal recently after talking about that the other day. I spent a little time listening to them at work yesterday, and I also started listening to Youngblood a little bit more, which was interesting. That's a little different. Some of his music's my style, some of it's not. Just depends on the song. But it's also a case where, too, when I first heard it, maybe if I get a little more used to it, I'll be better. But oh man, I'm trying to think of what other details I want to add to her, because then the next step will be starting line art. Of course, this here. Okay, let's just let's fill in this a little bit better. Orchestra is not my speed, but symphonic metal is my speed. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that at all. And see, that's what I mean. Everybody's got different tastes, and I love that. I'll never dog anybody's tastes on anything, because everybody's allowed to be different. We're all allowed to have our likes and dislikes and stuff, and that's what makes it fun, learning and talking to each other about stuff like this. My personal faves and my fave song from each are Nightwish Ghost Love Score. Watched live in Wacken 2013 version. It's epic. Epica, Consigned to Oblivion, and Camelot, Liar Liar, Wasteland Monarchy. Okay. I'll look those up tomorrow here well, that'll give me something else while I'm sitting at work. Bored out of my mind, probably. But, yeah, I can definitely look those up. That'll be fun. And I kind of got that going. Nightwish, I used a clip for the Scotty video. Oh, okay, interesting. I did watch that video, so I did hear that, okay. If I was at an orchestra, I would be asleep in the seat. What if it was a video game of some sort that you liked, though? Perhaps you like the soundtrack. And I will say this, not all orchestras are just watching them play the music, but for example, the one I saw when I saw the Distant Worlds Orchestra, they had a big screen and you were listening to them play, but the lights were darkened and you were focused on the clips of Final Fantasy being played along with the music. So it was kind of like, in a way, kind of like watching video game trailers the whole time, in a sense, but I'm just saying, like, there's a big difference too between just a standard orchestra and then something like that where it's like a visual experience as well, which is kind of cool. But I could do both, not a problem. Definitely. But I made a guy mad once when I was working for the IT company in the town that I worked for. I did IT for there is a local symphony here, and they're part of some organization that we did the IT for everybody that was there, you know, and everybody involved with that organization. So when we took care of our town symphony, they had some basic stuff that they needed. We helped them out, and I was there helping out a new guy that was like taking over as the new director. I'll never forget when he asked me if I'd ever seen, you know, any kind of orchestra or anything before, and I told him about going to see the Final Fantasy, and I had taken my wife to see in Pittsburgh once. They did there's a company that was touring and doing Pokemon and the Legend of Zelda, and they came around to Pittsburgh to do Pokemon, so I took her to see that. So we got to see that, which was pretty cool, and I told him about that. His face dropped because it was like, how dare you go see stuff like that and not come see, you know, actual classical orchestra and stuff like that. And it's like, buddy, I have no problem with that stuff. I would come see that stuff, but that's the only stuff I had seen to date. Like, bruh, chill. Don't bite my head off. Like, he was so mad, and he's like, I doubt we'll ever do anything like that anytime soon, but, you know, you should come see us. I'm like, you haven't even put on a show with the orchestra yet. You're the new director. Okay, don't get cocky. I would love to come see you, but man, you're kind of putting me off of wanting to see you because of the way you're acting, just because I had seen some shows that aren't your style. Okay, that's my only experience so far, though. I answered your question honestly. That's all I did. Breathe, buddy. I used less than 5 seconds. Yeah, they won't copyright strike you or anything if it's less than 5, or I think some of those channels that do like the anime opening kind of quizzes and stuff like that will do anywhere from like 5 to 10 tops, something like that. I can't remember for sure, but video game orchestra I don't have a problem with. See, that's what I mean. Like, I would love it's a personal goal now to go see Arknights Ambient Synesthesia someday. So I got to do it, but man, orchestras are rarely around. I tell you what though, man, I would love to get to Florida to go see a UFC fight, because they're always there. They're always in Florida. They're always in California. Various places like that. It's been years since they've been up here. WWE's always around here. I've gotten my kids, my wife and kids and I got to go see one of the last Monday Night Raws before WrestleMania a couple years back. We went to see it. That was really cool. But yeah. But I would love to go see an MMA fight for sure. Alright, so we finished Sentinel, and we got a little more detail on her. I added the cuffs and some of the body detail there. I'm gonna have to continue working on this, but this is kind of based on the video that I'm making a little bit, so I need to add a wine bottle, a couple candles, a wine bottle on a plate of pasta, and a cake. But sad Philippines noises. Excuse me. I will say, I don't know much detail on him, but I have kind of a cousin from somewhere in the Philippines or something. I don't know the whole story behind it, so I don't know how exactly to explain it, other than my uncle on my mom's side was in the military and was stationed in the Philippines once, and he ended up with somebody and they had a kid, but of course he was back here and he married somebody else, so you know, his kid from the Philippines never made it up here, and I guess they recently reconnected, which was pretty cool. But it's one of those things where I don't know much about him. I just know that I have a cousin in that heritage, so that's interesting. I view regular orchestras as a rich folk type of thing. I get where you're coming from that. That's something that a lot of people, I guess, would consider in a sense, and in a way, that's kind of how they were built up back in the day. But, you know, that's one of those things where, you know, the rich activities back in the day are so much different now, but orchestras definitely were more of a well-off folk type of thing. You know, think about back in the day when they used to dress up in fancy gowns and suits and stuff like that to go see things like that. You know, theater and orchestra and stuff was that style. So strange. But now it's much more common for everybody to go see, but is what it is. All right. I think we're going to hang it up for tonight because it is 20 till 2. I do need to get some sleep. So let's chat for just a moment here while we wrap things up. I'm actually curious. Let me see where we're at for the video creation event, since it's about to wrap up here very soon. In about an hour and 20 minutes-ish. Let's see. Oh, that's cool. Okay. 4, 8, 10. Still on there. 8, 9, 10. Nice. That's cool. I think the video creation event is almost over. Yeah, it should be, according, if I'm thinking right, like I said, about an hour and 20 minutes and the voting ends. So we'll find out tomorrow morning. Well, actually in quite a few hours, but we'll find out where we stand. And right now, Rosa, you and I are like back to back right now. We're still together if I'm counting things correctly. So it looks like would be 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. You're 19th, I'm in 20th, if I'm reading this right. So we're in the top 30 still, so just a little bit longer and we'll see. Because there's always that like hour, that last hour here where there's a huge rush of votes that are going to come in. So you never know. But 6, 7. There's a good few that like the last couple in the bottom 30, it's going to take a lot of votes for them to push us down. So I think we may end up in the top 30 pretty good there. It's going to be fun. That's going to be fun. But this was a fun one. And there was a lot more interesting creations this time around. And I like how they split things, but I do think it kind of backfired because I think there was a lot more votes for the gameplay section and people weren't clicking on the fan creation. So, because there were some animations and stuff here that normally I think would have been a lot higher, a lot closer to the top, but is what it is. Stuff happens. Oh, man. Either way, though, Jed, that is it for tonight. I started a little late, like I said, trying to get this video done, and, well, it didn't happen. but I will get it edited and get it released tomorrow. It's just a short, silly video. I'm calling it a dinner date with Lapland, and I basically made some food and took some clips of me cooking, and then I had a little candlelight setup, and I'm going to kind of superimpose her PNG into it and have some little text that's going to pop up, and the ending's a little funny, so you'll get to see that. But yeah, it's just a silly little video that I wanted to make for her birthday, and I thought it would be okay. But we'll get that out tomorrow as best as I can. Other than that, hopefully if I can, I will probably go live with Arknights tomorrow, because I'm going to continue working on this drawing on my own and try and get it out whenever. This I'm not super rushed on getting done, but yeah, we'll get this done. We'll get this out and share with you as well. But I think tomorrow, yeah, I think I'll probably go live with Vector Breakthrough, since I haven't done any of that yet. Excuse me. We'll play that for a little bit and get ready to dive into the other events and stuff that are starting soon. So I want to get some other things done and some other cool videos and streams and stuff out to you all. We'll be working on that here. And then I've got other audition stuff to record too. Now tomorrow I might get to go live a little bit earlier, but I don't know for sure, because my youngest has a recorder concert tomorrow. He'll play his little recorder thing, kind of like a plastic flute. It's weird, but I'll get to get my ears blown out by a bunch of 10-year-olds playing a recorder. So that's going to be fun. Oh, and I get my flu shot tomorrow, so I got to make sure I drink a ton, and I'm not getting enough sleep tonight, so that's going to suck. But I got to drink a lot of fluids and get my flu shot, and then take some ibuprofen. You have any ibuprofen? I have a headache. Tonight was fun though, chap. Drawing and doing the reacting to my first voice acting project, which was very strange. But it's so weird to hear me, but to hear me with other people as well. So that was surreal. It's only going to get worse from here. So other than that though, I don't know much else off the top of my head to bring up, but yay, okay, that's cool. Oh God. Yeah, my brain's not braining right now, chat. So, it was awesome. Well, thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you for watching and for supporting that. And Musy, thank you so much for helping with the timestamp stuff too, because that was very much appreciated to help avoid some spoilery type of stuff. But, yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. So I'm going to get ready to head out, and go get some sleep. Hope everybody has a great rest of your night, and sleep well if you're going to sleep. If not, enjoy whatever you're going to do for a bit. I'm going to get ready to go sleep and go to work. Rosa, if you're still around, I don't know what we could do, but maybe sometime we ought to collab on something. Something Arknights, something fun. I don't know what, I don't know how, but I think it would be cool. Maybe we could do something fun and put that out for our communities. But it'd be cool to collab with an Arknights creator. I just feel that would be awesome. But all right, everybody, take care. I will see you all later. And yeah, have a good, fun night. See you all.